Whenever you're ready.
Alright, so what if I told you guys that you could study for one of your tests or an exam in about a quarter or less of the time that it normally takes you? Do I have your attention now? So, I'm doing my speech on memory training, and I'm here to tell you that our brain is capable of memorizing information in a very short amount of time, but it just has to be practiced to get to that point by using visualizing techniques. So Alex Mullen is a memory champion. They actually have memory contests where people compete in memorizing information in a certain amount of time, how much numbers they can memorize. And the world champion of last year was Alex Mullen. He was able to memorize an entire deck of cards in 21.5 seconds. And he was also able, this is like a graph, it has 500 numbers in it. He was able to memorize this entire sequence, well, 483 of that sequence in 5 minutes. And yes, he sounds like a wizard, but this kid's only like, he's in college and he's only like, he's in his early 20s. Like, he's not even, and so first I want to tell you what our brain is capable of. Alex Mullen, he wasn't always, like, he wasn't born like that. He admits that he used to cram for his exams and everything, but he went into he did research on memory training, and he trained his memory to get to that point. He believes that, like, any average Joe could train their memory to where he is currently. So now that we know what our brain is capable of, let's move on to how we can get to that point. Memory training can be done in a lot of different ways, but the main component of it is visualizing, like, and imagining the concepts that you're trying to remember. For instance, for a number sequence, Alex Mullen would take like a set of 3 or a set of 6, and he would take that sequence and put it to like an animal or something in his head, and then he would go on to the next and put that to something else, and that's how he would memorize sequences of numbers in such a short amount of time. And so So he said that memorizing a deck of cards is as simple as translating 26 different pairs of images into 26 different ideas in his head. That's what he used to memorize things. And so now that we know the gist of how you can memorize things, we can go on to how it can be applied to you. I can briefly go over, it would take me a long time to like show you the exact science of like what everything you have to do, but I can briefly like go over how it works if you were to apply this. So I'm going to show you a bunch of pictures. I'm going to show you 3 pictures and give you something to visualize. If you participate, then you'll see exactly how your brain works with memorizing. So for this image, I want you to imagine a cat with glasses reading a book. Just take a moment. And for this, I want you to imagine a smartphone being slammed into a brick wall. And for this, upside down, imagine a panda eating a vine of grapes. So now if I go in reverse, when I show you the back, what does this make you think of? And
The cat. The panda.
Exactly. So that's kind of simple. It's simplified, but that's kind of a gist of like how your brain can associate images with other things in order to remember. And you didn't actively do anything to remember that. It's a passive trait of your brain that it does. So thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something new about your brain.